Okay, so this video we're going to talk about One Piece, chapter 1048, and the interesting thing we see here, we see the fight also with Kaido, Monkey D. Luffy, and we see that Monkey Luffy uses like the big fist to attack Kaido, and Kaido turns his body to like a very like flaming dragonish body he thinks that he can stop Monkey Luffy's attack. The title of this chapter is 20 years ago, so we go back a bit in this chapter, exactly the point when after Oden's execution, after Oden was burned. So with all of this is that, and we see how Kaido's men attacking Wano civilians and force Wano to turn it to a weapon factory. And we see all the catastrophe, the problem, and all the danger that is happening in Wano because of Kaido's men, because they want to make smiles and all this kind of thing. So, and it's like this kind of contract between Orochi and Kaido is that I think a reason why Kaido accepts Orochi is because then Kaido can do his weapon factories in peace without any interference of the world government. So they can have it a secret to make all these kind of things. I think that is the reason why he accepts Orochi, because Orochi is obviously Orochi take the power from the right rulers in Wano. So we see all of this. We see also that Yamato Orochi was not dead in chapter 1047, but now he has to be dead after this. So we see he tried to take with him before he died Kosoki Oden's daughter, but before then he was one of the scabbards saved her and cut off his body when he was in his flame and all this kind of thing. So Yamato Orochi is have to be dead right now. Probably not gonna come back after all of this. I think there's no more point for him with this. Not in the present story. With that, and I think there was an interesting chapter. Was not a bit dark, I have to say, but not. If you always much more darker mangas than this, but we really see how Wano was a country that was very successful with like water, food, everything was okay, but obviously before everything was good before Kaido and Orochi take the power, and obviously we see the four legendary samurais that was obviously rise up against Kaido and Orochi. The samurai obviously stand on Kosoki Oden's side, on his side, and they also say that there's a reason why Yamato Orochi was so successful and in his occupation and his takeover of Wano and take over the throne and the power from the right daimyo. Was just because he had Kaido on his side, and I think that was the deal here. If Kaido helps him, he will help Kaido with keeping out the world government from Wano to interfere with Kaido's weapon factory. So obviously Yamato Orochi is very weak character. Obviously he have a powerful devil fruit, but nothing comparable to Kaido's power. It's not comparable. So Yeah, I think uh, we're still waiting for Kaido's main full backstory. That will really explain how he come to Wano, and obviously he come to Wano because he can move his island with his devil fruit power because he can fly. So he obviously Kaido obviously already have awakening his devil fruit. So when he awakens it, that means that he can move objects, so they can move them up in the air and go to different places. Um, So the Skull Island that Kaido's men are from are Kaido has to move around with his power to different places. Um, so this is the reason how we come to Wano. But I think what I think people are more interested about here in the future of with Kaido and his backstory is how he joined the Rocks Pirates and why and how and why do he join that group and what happened after Rock Sebek was defeated. I don't really think that he was defeated, but some say that he was defeated. So all of this kind of information with the Rocks Pirates and Kaido's joining with that crew. I think many people really want to see specific this thing because that point, because I think that is going to be very very interesting to obviously see who is Roxy Beck. Is he Monkey D. Dragon or he is something, or he is somebody totally different, some totally different person. Um, and all this kind of thing. Obviously, we also see in this chapter we see Usopp, and Usopp yeah, he talks about he says sorry because he he, he let some two of the scabbards fall. Yeah, all this kind of thing. I think um, yeah, it's a good chapter and is very much um, yeah, I think it's a good. I think obviously my favorite part is obviously with the death of Orochi and the big clash with Monkey D. Luffy's fist against Kaido's face, like dragon face. And we obviously see now that Monkey D. Luffy use his like armor-piercing hockey tactic to attack Kaido without touching him with his hand, because Kaido obviously infuse his body with heat that is very warm, so the people can really touch him, but obviously Monkey D. Luffy did that. And obviously, as I said before, with the takeover of Wano and the kill of Kosoki Oden, we obviously see um, the how powerful Kaido is with his like Boro breath and like his energy blast. It's like how much he annihilates his opponent with his dragon power. And I think this is what I mean also with the Emperor, like a stereotypical power block Emperor like Kaido or Big Mom. It's very interesting to see because we also have to understand here is that Monkey D. Luffy is one of the emperors, obviously. But what I want to say here is that this is the first official one-on-one battle against another emperor in One Piece that we have seen so far. Uh, this one obviously the first emperor we see fight against the marine and fight against the marine and other pirates like Seven Warlord of the Seas and so on was Whitebeard, but that was a different story. There was not Whitebeard fighting against Blackbeard in a full chapters. There was obviously a little bit of fight, but nothing comparable to this fight between Monkey D. Luffy and Kaido. Uh, And I think that is going to be so interesting to see what can top that fight. What will be bigger than Monkey Luffy and Kaido's fight. And it's going to be so interesting to see how Monkey Luffy fights against Blackbeard, and how that fight going to look like, and how similar and how huge differences we will see between this fight and that in Kaido Monkey Luffy's fight. Because I honestly think all of the emperors Monkey Luffy will fight against will be a huge thing, and it's going to be interesting to see how the final battle will be, and how Oda will make that battle as comparable and different from the fight with Monkey Luffy and Kaido, and go forward from that. Because I think it's very hard to go forward from this kind of thing, because it's not a little fight. It's a very, very important character, and a very, very powerful character as Kaido is. And I think it's gonna be I think Big Mom's fight with Law and Kid was okay, but it was not comparable to Monkey Luffy and Kaido's fight. Like, how powerful this creature is we cannot imagine how powerful he is, because with all of this kind of power, with the devil fruit, like the mythical fish shown dragon fruit Kaido have, and how much power he gets from that is incredible. And you also have to understand something, is that Monkey Luffy have to turn himself, awaken his devil fruit to fight against Kaido, and that is the first time ever Monkey Luffy have awakened his devil fruit to fight against an opponent in One Piece. I don't know. I think obviously for me personally, the devil fruit I mostly want to see right now is I want to see Monkey Dragon's devil fruit, and some people obviously believe that he's the Thunderbird. I don't know really what kind of power Monkey D. Dragon control. It's too complicated, too hard to say. I have some prediction for Shanks. I think Shanks have a mythical griffin, devil fruit, that he can turn himself to the griffin. And this kind of thing. Yeah, this is everything I really want to say about One Piece chapter 1038, sorry. And it looks like next week will also be the next chapter. It's not going to be any break next week. If anything changed, but right now it looks like it's not going to be any break. Yeah.